down 3.38%. The S&P 500 has a strong bearish day. Let's find out what this means for the rest of the market in our stock market review. Welcome to Focus on Investing, where we focus on investing. This is our daily review of all the hottest trending stocks in the market. Before we get started, let's get some ground rules established with our indicators. We have the white line, which is our 200-day simple moving average. We have our yellow line, which is our 50 simple moving average. And we have our blue line, which is the 20 simple moving average. We also have our custom bespoke trend filter over all of our bars and candlesticks. So if you see the body of the candle is green, that means it is in a bullish trend. And if you see the body of the candle is red, that means it's a bearish trend. You can also see that it has a separately colored outline. The separately colored outline is its original bias, if you want to say it that way, right? So for instance, in this candle here, we have a green body, meaning that it's on a bullish trend, but it's a red outline, meaning that it's a bearish candlestick. All right. And if you want to get access to any of our bespoke custom indicators, then go to focusoninvesting.io. All right, let's get it started. Let's get started with the S&P 500 ETF Trust, ticker symbol SPY. We can see that price is actually currently trading at 405.31. And as I said previously, we are down 3.38%. We had quite a strong bearish day here. Let's draw in our arrow. Where are we? Here. We can see right here we had quite a strong bearish day in terms of the markets. You know, we're having a bounce off of this 200 simple moving average around this 431 level. You can see that this 200 moving average has been quite strong for this chart. It's tried to have a recovery. You know, it went on a bit of a bullish run. And then we see it bounce off of the 200 simple moving average. Had a strong bounce back, actually pulled back a bit like it was going to recover, but then it hit the 20 simple moving average. And then we saw seeing this strong bearish decline. We can see that our high is at this level, indicated by our green pivot indicator on our red line there. And we see that we're down 15.557% from our high. We also notice that we have quite a strong pivot level here. If we draw it in, we can see that it's at 410.52. And, you know, usually this pivot level, you can see how it reacted here from the 27th of May. You can see that actually there's a strong level of kind of consolidation. Also previously here from the 28th of April, actually there's a strong level of support. But this decline that we've had most recently has been strong enough to actually break through those levels. So, you know, hopefully we will see it bounce off the 50 simple moving average. We can see that the 50 simple moving average here on the 26th of July has been quite a strong level of support for this chart. So, you know, hopefully worst come to worst, if it doesn't reverse automatically on its own, we will see a bounce off of the 50 simple moving average. Worst come to worst, we can see that we have a pivot level here and a strong level of support down at the 362.20 level. But I don't think that we will reach that far. I think we'll either turn around naturally or this 50 simple moving average line will allow us to bounce and turn over. So that's the forecast for the S&P 500. And we can see that actually we've actually had a bearish day.
It's good, and the Bears win it.
So the Bears win today. Let's move on to our next chart. Our next chart is Investco QQQ Trust, which is also based on the Nasdaq. Our ticker symbol is QQQ. And we can see we're seeing a very similar shape to the SPY that we previously saw. Again, we see in this chart being down minus 4.1% for the day. Now, remember, this is the market as of the close of the last trading day, which was the 26th. And so this was our close, which was down, as I said, 4.1% for the day. We can see that we're trading again below the 200 simple moving average. also below the 20 simple moving average, but above the 50 simple moving average. Similar story, but we see here that, although the market tried to go on a bit of a bullish run, it actually turned around before we hit the 200 simple moving average in this occasion. If we look at our pivot levels, we kind of turned around in the middle of nowhere. We didn't turn around at a pivot level, which is represented by our dashed red line. Even our previous consolidation as of the 27th of May stopped short of this line as well. So it's really this level here that we're looking at. If you look here, it's not super clear, but you can see the tops of these bars are given an indication of the level of resistance that is here. It's not really drawn in, but if we draw it in, we can see roughly where this area of resistance is coming for these bars. Now remember, support and the resistance are not exact levels. They're typically zones or areas of resistance. So don't be looking for a specific number. It's like an area or a zone, right? So we can see that it's kind of bounced around this sort of area of resistance here is what's called it to turn around and actually pull back. We've actually seen again a bounce, which is similar to the SPY chart that we've seen. And this bounce is more relative to our resistance level here that we're seeing from the 27th of May. So if we get rid of this middle line that's been indicated by our pivot level, it's kind of a bit clearer as to, the run that we went on. We had a bit of resistance here, a bit of consolidation here, broke through, pulled back down to this level of support, broke through again, bounce off of this previous level of resistance, come back down to our level of support, pull back again, and then once again, broken through this level of support. As previously said, I think that the 50 simple moving average will contain this decline that we will see. And again, and worst comes to worst, we have our pivot level here to help support us. But in terms of this chart, we can see that the bulls win for today.
So, it's good, and the Bears win it.
All right, if we look at our next chart, we're looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average ETF Exchange Trade Fund, which is ticker symbol DIA. And again, all of these charts are going to be similar, right? Whenever we're talking about the American markets, they're all going to have a similar sort of pattern for them. We can see that price is currently down, 12.603% if we draw in our high level. High level is here. See here, we're currently again trading below our 200 simple moving average, also below our 20 simple moving average and above our 50 simple moving average. If we draw in our support levels, we see one here. And again, this is where, this candlestick or this bar for today has bounced off to the downside. Similar story to both of our previous charts, so we don't really go into much detail. Just to say that the trend filter is green, which means that there's a green trend, but the candlestick or the bar itself is red. And we can see that we're actually down 3.07% for the day. So again, another bearish day in the Dow Jones Industrial Average.
It's good, and the Bears win it.
Here we're looking at the ARK Innovation ETF Exchange Trade Fund, ticker symbol ARKK. And we can see that, price is down 6.0. I can't see the last part. 6.066 it appears. Yeah, down 66.086% from our high. And our high level is here. You can see that, generally we've currently been having a green, which is a bullish trend, our trend filter. But you've noticed since the 19th of August, we've actually dipped and we've got actually a red trend filter indicating that we've actually had a bearish trend take over in the last few days or so, the last week. We can see that price is currently trading below the 200 simple moving average, below the 20 simple moving average, and below the 50 simple moving average. We can also see that, price has been in a bit of almost like a consolidation channel. Not quite. It's a slight, trend line. If we draw our trend line, let's say from about here, we can see a rough trend line here. We can see that, that trend line was acting as a level of support for our bars here. And then we broke through this level of support on the 10th of June. And then we turned the support into resistance. And then we see it bouncing off of resistance as we keep going up. So we can see that we're trading along this trend line. And then we got to this point here on the 16th of August, where price actually completely broke down and then broke through not only our 20 simple moving average, but also broke below our 50 simple moving average. So we're in a kind of a channel of consolidation. If I draw in our lines here, I have a support line here and our resistance line here, kind of a bit of a channel. Maybe even if we could even move it down a bit, maybe even here, that might be more accurate. If we look at this, these set of bars using this as a level, and that would make sense, right? So if we look in here, we know that it was traveling along this trend line, and then we've gone in this kind of mini channel, which is a level of resistance, and this level of resistance has acted as a level of consolidation, and then it's when it's broken through this level of support that we completely break down back down to our first level of support. All right, so we've got a kind of two things happening here. We've got our trend line affecting price and also our channel affecting price. And once it broke off of our trend line, it broke down through the channel, which was a level of support, and then broke down to our second line of support. So if we draw in our parallel channel, let's draw in from here, we can see that we're currently trending in a little bit of a channel in this sort of area here. So price has broken down. I think that this level of support may hold. We've seen how strong it's been previously. Going back to here, how it's acted as a level of consolidation for price, a level of support and resistance continually throughout this kind of time frame, until it broke out and then quickly and rapidly came back down to it. So we can see that the price for the day is down let me read that. Sorry, 6.42% for the day. And I think that we will see price holding here and maybe bouncing through the channels for a little bit longer. Again, we see a strong level of pivot down at the bottom here. So if we do break down, this will be our next target. Hopefully we will see price pull back up to our resistance level, break through the resistance. Hopefully by this time, this trend line won't act as much of a level of resistance. The next obstacle will be the 200 simple moving average, and then we'll be looking going back to our most recent highs. All right, but currently today we have a red candlestick or a red bar, and the bears take it for today.
It's good, and the Bears win it.
If you would like to keep up with all the latest trending stocks in the market, then make sure you subscribe to our channel. We intend to give you daily trending stocks and also any requested stocks. We're going to deep diving into those as well. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin, BTC. We can see that Bitcoin is down 61.569%. Remember that the crypto markets are open 24/7, so this market is still live at the current moment that we're analyzing it, unlike the stocks, which is not trading during the weekends. And this is why you're seeing the numbers constantly changing. So we're currently down 61.563%, which is of our high here at the 32371 level. Currently, we can see that we're trading at the 20019 level for price. We can see that for the day, we're currently down 1.07%. And you can see we've got a small bearish candle with quite a small wick, so not too much movement. It is down, but not too far down. And then we can see why, because the previous day we was down 6.13%. So we did drop quite a while, quite a bit. We can see that we was hovering at this level of 21438 for quite a while. It was a level of resistance and support. You notice that, price dropped through this level of resistance on the 16th of June and has constantly bounced off of it, using it as a level of resistance. It actually broke through it on the 18th of June and used it as a level of support and then broke down. So it's kind of acting as a level of consolidation for price. We can see another level of support. Is it a trend line or is it a level of support? I could say it's maybe a level of support, maybe a level of trend. Let's draw it in. Let's draw it in as a trend line and see if it acts. It's acting as a trend line. Let's go backwards. There's a trend line. Yeah. I think maybe that checks out. Maybe that checks out as a trend line. We can see it interacting here and then along here. So we can see that price is adhering to this kind of trend line as a level of resistance. Arguably could be just a straight level of resistance as well. You know, the levels between the two of them is not much difference between the high of this wick and the high of that wick. You know, so our current trend filter is red. Price is trading below the 200 simple moving average, our 20 simple moving average, and our 50 simple moving average. So quite bearish at the moment. Our next level of support would be the bottom of these candlesticks or these bars here, which is a support level of around 18926. And then further to that, we see our pivot level represented by this long wick here on 18th of June, which will act as a sort of final level of resistance if we do manage to break through this level here. There's not much more to say. We have a bearish day with a bearish trend filter. So again, the bears take it for today.
It's good, and the Bears win it.
Move on to our next chart. Our next chart is Ethereum against the USD or US dollar. Ticker symbol ETHUSD. Again, this is a crypto stock, so the markets are still open and so the charts are still moving. Let's take a look at where we're at. We can see that if we move our chart a bit to get a better look at our indicator, we're down on our high 64.342%, and that is constantly changing. And that is our high of here, of 3rd of April, 2022. Okay, so currently the chart is down 1.74% for the day, and that is down 11.05% of the previous day. And we can see again, similar look to what we saw in the Bitcoin charts. We see a bearish day for today and a long bearish candlestick for the previous day. Price is currently trading below the 200 simple moving average, below the 50 simple moving average, and below the 20 simple moving average. So the blue one is the 20 simple moving average, and the yellow one is the 50 simple moving average. We can see that. Let's draw in our pivot level. Our pivot level is also, our pivot level is represented from this long wick here from the 12th of May. But this level, pivot level, has also acted as a level of support for our candlesticks for the 27th, 28th of May, and a few along this kind of early June period. Price broke through this this level of support from early June and came down and established a level of support here. So we have a level of support here. However, this long wick has established a pivot level a bit lower at this 883 level, right? So it bounced off of this level of support, has come up again, created another level of support around here. Let's draw in this. This one is not such a clean level of support, but this is the one that's kind of acted as a level of support from the 18th of June, broke down, came back above it, and then also after the price went on a little spike, a mini spike, came back down to this second level of support, pulled back up to this first level of support and resistance, and then came back down again. So we can see that we're being trapped in this little channel that's taken place between the 1700 level and the which line is it? It's the top one, 1505 level. So we've got a little channel here that's acting as a level of support and resistance for our price at the moment. We can see that, you know, it stopped our big bearish day from the 26th of August and stopped it going any further. And we've seen this level of, it's a bearish candle, but it's almost like a small consolidated candle stuck on this level of resistance. So, hopefully we'll see it hold that level of support. We don't have any moving averages to hold it as a level of support. So, if it's going to break down, the next level of support would be this 995 level. But I think that we might be seeing a bit of consolidation take place within this mini little channel for a little while. It's not a very strong level of support. It has acted as a level of support here in the past, but I wouldn't say it's a super strong one. So, this level here at this 995 has acted as a more stronger level of support as, price failed to break through it convincingly for a good little while from what day you want to say, from the 18th of June all the way to the 13th of July. Whereas this level here, you can see that price is kind of skipped back and forth along it, quite a few times. So yeah, so we're in this consolidation channel and we have a bearish day. So the bears take it for today.
It's good, and the Bears win it.
Look at our next chart, which is AMC Entertainment Holdings Inc., ticker symbol AMC. We can see that we are currently down 71.7724%, and that's down from our high of 29th of March. We can see that since the 29th of March, we've had a lot of bearish price activity, and then slight rise since then. Had a little bit of a peak on the 21st of July. A pullback down to our moving averages. We can see that the 50 simple moving average is held, and then we saw another spike up to the $16.78 level. And then since then, price has turned around and taken another dive, broken through our 200 simple moving average, our 20 simple moving average, our 50 simple moving average. It's broken also through our pivot level from the 31st of May, and then broke also through, again, the 50 simple moving average, come to rest at the $9.17 level area. Price is currently down 4.18% for the day. Was down 0.1% on the previous day. For the week, it's down 17.16%. But for the month, we're up 2.52%. And that's just above this level here that we saw. This level kind of held at the 50 simple moving average. Because of this spike, the 50 simple moving average pulled up. So although we've broken down below the 50 simple moving average, we're still higher than our previous low here. All right. So currently there is no level of support below price except for this pivot level down at the $5.96 level. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw, the price come down to this level before we see any sort of turnarounds in price. That's our next level of support. Maybe we might be lucky to see a level of support here on this $6.94 level, just because of we've seen a strong level of support before our pivot level. So if we're lucky, we might see a bounce and turn before that level, but we may be in for some bearish activity until that point. But currently we have a bearish candle, and the bears have it for today.
It's good, and the Bears win it.
Let's move on to our next chart, which is AMC Holdings Inc., AMC Preferred Equity, ticker symbol APE. This is a very small candlestick. Very small chart. We only have 5 candlesticks here. Not really much to say, but we'll just cover it anyway. We can see that we had a massive spike from the first day, medium size candlestick, a massive wick, price up to $10.50 and down to $5.22 all in one day, followed by bullish candle, bearish. So 3 bearish candles in a row. Really a level of consolidation. Price hasn't really moved much from, where it kind of opened and closed. We're down 4.83% for the day. down 4.21% on the previous day, and there's not enough information for a week. Haven't had a full week or a full month, just to say that the trend filter is green. Trading it's kind of hard to say because we don't have long enough to have any moving averages here. So not really much information here, just to say that trend filter is green and that the bulls have it for today. Bears.
It's good, and the Bears win it.
All right. If you're enjoying the video and finding the information useful, hit the like button. Also, if there's any particular stock that you would like us to cover or you'd like us to deep dive and review on, go in the comments and just leave it in the comments. Also, let me know what else is on your watch list and what kind of stocks you're following. Put it in the comments and let people know what the latest trending stocks are as well. All right. Let's move on to our next chart. Our next chart is GameStop, ticker symbol GME. We can see that price is currently down 51.598% on our high. And I think our high is here. If we just draw in our high, this high goes back to the 29th of March. If we look at price is currently down 3.19% for today, and the previous trading day it was down 1.66%. We're down 15.21% for the week and down 9.03% for the month. We can see that price is currently trading below our 20 simple moving average, our 50 simple moving average, and our 200 simple moving average. Our moving averages are ordered in a completely bearish alignment with price trade below that. So definitely giving bearish vibes, bearish signals. Also, our trend filter is red, so we're in a bearish trend. We're actually trading below this pivot level here, represented by our bar on the 8th of June. However, we're trading above our lowest pivot level, which is represented by our pivot level printed by the 6th of July. Not really much to say other than to say that we're in kind of a massive level of consolidation, really. You could basically say that is a bit of a trend line here, but it's kind of like a massive sideways movement, massive level of consolidation. But currently we can see that the price has dropped below all of our moving averages, and this is why we're seeing this bearish trend here. And then we can see that we have our red trend filter. So currently price trading at $30.94, and as I said, price has gone on a bit of a downward bearish run. All right, so we can see that the trend filter is red and the candlesticks for today is red. So therefore, the bears win for today.
It's good, and the Bears win it.
If we look at our next chart, is Amazon.com Inc., ticker symbol AMZN. If we look at price is down 30.492% on our high. If we look where our high is, our high goes back here. If we draw in our high level, we can see that our high goes back to the 29th of March. Let's reset our charts. We see that currently price is trading below our 200 simple moving average and below our 20 simple moving average, but it's actually trading above our 50 simple moving average. We can also see that price is trading above this pivot level, which goes back to the 6th of June. We have also a pivot level here going back to the 8th of March, which seems to be holding quite strong as a level of support. If I draw this in, we can see that this was holding, price gapped up. If we look at here, the 28th of July, and 28th of July was also an earnings day. You can see the earnings symbol here. And we notice that, this means that if we see a massive gap on earnings day, that means there was good news for earnings for this stock, and it gapped price up, right? So it jumped in price, and it jumped up to this level of support and resistance here, going back to this old pivot level, right? So you see the importance of pivot levels. So prices come back to this pivot level, and it's acted as a level of support. It's actually kind of pulled back and bounced off of this level of support, But we've known that the American markets has been quite bearish for the day and dropped quite a bit. So we can see this strong bearish candle. So although we're having a green trend filter showing that it's actually a bullish trend, we can see that the candlestick is actually red and bearish. So, you know, hopefully that this level of support and resistance will hold, and we'll see price, you know, come back above this level of support. If not, we do have the 50 simple moving average here as a level of support to kind of catch it and pull it back up. It doesn't typically, you know, react to the 50 simple moving average very strongly. Maybe here a bit you can see it, but you know, I wouldn't necessarily that it's been real strong in this chart. But the 50 simple moving average hopefully will act as a level of support. If not, this level of this pivot level here, going back to the 6th of June, might act as a level of support and turn the candlestick round. If not, then we've got the 20 simple moving average to break this level of support and resistance, which is kind of aligning with the 200 simple moving average and also the most recent high that we have here at the $171 level. But yep, we can see that today is a bearish candlestick, so the bears have it for today.
It's good, and the Bears win it.
So we move on to our next chart, which is Microsoft Corp, ticker symbol MSFT. We can see that Microsoft is down 23.331% for the day. Sorry, since 331% off of our high. Excuse me. I think our high goes back to here if we draw in our pivot level. This pivot level goes back to the 30th of March. We see that price is currently trading below our 200 simple moving average, below our 20 simple moving average, and it's just dipped below our 50 simple moving average. We can see that our trend filter is red and we're down. We've taken quite a bit bearish day today. You know, this is kind of reflective of how, as we spoke at the beginning, of how the, you know, the American markets being down, how it's going to affect a lot of the American stocks. And you can see that's been a strong bearish day for a lot of the American stocks. We can see that it's been down 3.86% for the day. But the previous day it was up 1.11%. We're down 6.31% for the week and down 4.51% for the month. We can see that its price has been quite erratic with Microsoft. A lot of sideways movement, a bit of consolidation. We see that price maybe broke out of a level of support and resistance here, acting as a level of support here, resistance here, broke up through this, went through a bit of consolidation and turned it into the resistance into a level of support, pulled back up, bounced off of the 200 simple moving average, back down to our level of support, and then again it's failed through this level of support and then kind of stopped around this 50 simple moving average level. There's not really much levels of support and resistance. We've got pivot level here. There's nothing really to stop it falling back down to its support level here. Or going upwards, we've got our 20 simple moving average and our 200 simple moving average. 20 simple moving average doesn't seem to really affect the Microsoft chart. However, the 200 simple moving average does seem to affect it. So maybe this is our next level of resistance that we will look for price to go to. If we do fail and fall through this 50 simple moving average further, then the next level we'll be aiming for is this 250 level. And again, bearish day, so the bears take it.
It's good, and the Bears win it.
Looking at our next chart is Nvidia Corporation, ticker symbol NVDA. Price is currently down 53.07% on our high. Our high goes back to, I think it's here. And that goes back to the 29th of March. Let's reset our charts. So we can see that price is currently trading, you know, below our 200 simple moving average, below our 20 simple moving average, and just below our 50 simple moving average. Let's elongate the chart a bit more. We can see that price is going through a kind of a channel, support and resistance here in our channel, when it goes back to here, really, if we look at the kind of consolidation, having kind of one long channel here. Now it has kind of had a few little fake outs here. We've faked out and had like almost a double bottom here, but we have a slightly longer, what you want to call it, a left shoulder than our right shoulder. Or like, yeah, our left bottom, not really a shoulder because it's not head and shoulders, but we can see a slightly lower bottom here, a saggy bottom, we could say. But then prices rapidly pull back into our channel. This channel seems to be quite a strong level of consolidation for this chart. We can see that it's bounced bottom, middle, top, consolidation against the middle to the bottom, back to the top, and then back to the bottom again. So we seem to be going for quite a strong level of consolidation. The probably expectation would be for it to continue going on through this level of consolidation. If it does fall, we do have this pivot level here, which seems to have, act as a level of support and resistance for price here. So this is a relatively strong level, pivot level. And if not, we have this one going down here. We don't know how strong this one is. This one is representative of this saggy bottom, this left cheek of the saggy bottom here. This is what this pivot level represents. So again, I'm expecting to see price going through these channels. Price is currently down 9.23% on the day, and it's up 4.01% on our last day. Yeah, not really much to say. As I said, we've got quite a way to go before our 200 simple moving average. That would act as a level of resistance. But I think it's a level that we could see price actually targeting towards, as we're kind of trading alongside all of our other moving averages. I can see them not acting as a level of resistance, stopping price moving higher. It's mostly this channel that is probably hard for price to break out of. But as we can see that the current day is a red bearish candlestick, and the bears have it for the day.
It's good, and the Bears win it.
Again, these are our YouTube stocks. If you'd like to get a hold of our premium stock lists of the stocks that we do not share on YouTube, and also get access to all of our templates and our custom coded indicators, then go to focusoninvesting.io. Also, if you'd like to support this channel, you can also donate via our Cash app, which is $FocusOnInvesting. All right, let's go to the next stock. Our next chart that we're looking at is Tesla. Tesla is down 30.496% on its high. Let's take a look at where our high is. Our high goes back to, I'm not sure which one of the highs it might be. Let me see the date. The high looks back over a year. So 3rd of January 2022. So this would still be valid. So yeah, we're going back to this level here, represented also by our pivot level. So this goes all the way back to the 4th of November 2021. So that is our high level. All right. So yeah, let's look at our price. Price is trading basically alongside our 200 simple moving average and our 20 simple moving average, but price is also trading with our 50 simple moving average. We can see that price is down 2.7% for the day, down 0.35% on our previous day, excuse me, down 2.89% for the week, and down 3.095% for the month. But you also notice that the trend filter is green. It's because if you look at the chart, we can see that we're actually having a bit of bullish momentum on price. It has raised up slightly. However, our current days have dipped slightly. This is why we're having bearish candlesticks. In terms of levels of support, we've got the 50 simple moving average as a level of support. Because we're trading alongside our moving averages, I wouldn't see them acting as particularly as a level of support and resistance, maybe as a level of consolidation. Maybe price might trundle along the moving average, possibly. But we're also in a massive sort of channel kind of characterized by our pivot levels. If we draw in this pivot level here, we see that we're in a massive channel that has got quite a lot of movement to kind of move between. We've seen that it came down to this level and bounced off once, twice, arguably 3 and 4 times here. And we're just kind of trading in between this massive channel. So a lot of movement and space to move between. No particular direction other than sideways. It bounced down, so it slightly went up. But typically what you'll find in these channels, there's an unseen middle level of support and resistance. So here, it's probably around here-ish. If we draw it in, we can see it here. If we look, yeah, it's kind of a bit obvious now. When we draw it in, we see the level of consolidation from back here in the 4th or 5th of May, and also acting as a level of consolidation, technically a level of resistance going here to the 28th of July. So we may see that this bottom half act as a level or channel of resistance and support, and price start bouncing back and forth. So, we'll be bouncing back and forth through here, maybe break through here for a little bit, and then bounce back off of this top level of resistance. But price currently trading at 288.09. Green trend filter, but it's a red candlestick, so that means the bears have it for today.
It's good, and the Bears win it.
Let's look at our next chart, which is Apple, ticker symbol AAPL. Which is that price is currently trading at $163.62. The charts, again, reacting strongly to the American markets, is down 3.77%. Previous day, it was up 1.49%. For the week, we're down 4.61%. And for the month, we're up 0.68%. We can see that Apple has been going on a nice little run recently, down from around 12882 level. Had a massive run going all the way up to our high of 1786.27. A good amount of growth through that. Had a slight pullback, bounced off of the 20 simple moving average, rode the 20 simple moving average for a little while, and then obviously the weakness in the American markets has pulled it through the 20 simple moving average. However, we haven't gone all the way down to the 200 simple moving average, which is a good sign. So we're still trading above the 200 simple moving average and trading above the 50 simple moving average. So Microsoft looking good. I expect this is a slight pullback, just reacting, just generally pulling back as stocks do. And then the weakness in the American market pulled it back a little bit further. But I would expect to see a turnaround and aim for us to hit back at this most recent high, and then break and close above it, and then aim for our high level here, indicated by our pivot. Let's get back to our most recent highs, and again continue with this bullish run that we've had. So although we've been having bullish momentum recently, with our bullish green trend filter, although the last day is bearish, we can see that we have a red candlesticks on the last day of close, and that means the bears take it.
It's good, and the Bears win it.
Let's look at our next chart, which is Healthier Choices Management Corp, aka HCMC. And if you go back to our full in-depth review video of our HCMC chart review, you'll kind of have more of an understanding of this chart. We've got our original and our updated review of this chart, but you can see that price, bouncing up and down. If you look at our entry signals that we've drawn for this chart, I previously said that if you enter as 0.0002 as your entry and your 0.0001 as your take profit, each time this line bounces back and forth between those lines, you would have made money, right? Because you would have entered here, taken profit here, entered here, taken profit here. And now look how long this has gone back since the 5th of May up until today, the 26th of August. We've seen nothing but this going back and forth. So it's a bit of a cheat code. If you can manage to get an entry at this price and take profit at this price, every day you can make money. You can be doubling your money back and forth throughout this chart. So, currently we see price is at 0.0002 on HCMC, and I suspect it will continue to go back and forth, between these two price points. Not much, point in reviewing it relative to anything else. We can see that, it's trading below all three of our moving averages. It's in this channel of consolidation going through here between the 0.2 and 0.1 level. It flickers below and below, above and below bearish and bullish trend filters. So not really much to say. We're still in this level of consolidation. Until we see any sort of form of breakout of this channel, then there's not really much to report other than, if you haven't seen our HCMC review, go and check that out. And that will give you more information about how to enter and play this chart or this stock as a bit of a cheat code. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. And I'll see you on the next review video. Take care. Peace.